This video is on the extra practice that we did in class on Monday, December 14th. So what we're going to do for problem 1 is we are looking to see the length of a rectangle exceeds its width by 4 inches. We want to find the dimensions of the rectangle if its area is 96 square inches. So right now we know that length times width equals area. And we are told that the area is 96 square inches. So we need to figure out, okay, what is our length and our width? Remember, length is always the longest side. So it says the length of a rectangle exceeds its width by 4 inches. Well, we don't know what the width is going to be, so we're going to make that x. So if we go to talk about the length, L is going to be whatever the width is plus 4, because it's going to exceed it by 4 inches. So we're going to put this together, and we're going to take our length times our width, or width times length, it doesn't matter. And we're going to have that equal to 96. So all I'm doing is I'm taking my length and my width, and I'm basically plugging them back into this equation. So we're going to distribute the x inside the parentheses to get x squared plus 4x equals 96. And now we're going to bring 96 over by subtracting, because we want to break this down and we need it to equal 0 on the right side. So if x squared plus 4x minus 96 equals 0. So at this point, we are going to take the x squared plus 4x minus 96, and we are going to do our rectangle and our diamond. So x squared goes in the top left, negative 96 goes in the bottom right. We multiply them to get the top of the diamond. And then our middle term, 4x, goes on the bottom. So we need two numbers that multiply to give you 96, negative 96, but add to give you 4. So you could make a list of all the different combinations. Excuse me. For example, you could do 1 and 96. I have a list here. Where is it? Okay, you could do 2 and 48, 3 and 32, 4 and 24, 6 and 16, and then 8 and 12. So sometimes seeing a list is helpful in trying to narrow it down. So we need one of them to be a negative so that they add to give you a positive 4, but multiply to give you negative 96. So it's going to be the 12x and negative 8x. So we're going to plug them in, pull out the x's that are going to be on the outside, and then we can find our missing pieces. So we're factoring like normal. So at this point, we are taking the factors, and we talked about this last week, and we have x plus 12 and x minus 8 equals 0. So we're going to solve for each of these. So x plus 12 equals 0 and x minus 8 equals 0. So we get one answer to be x equals negative 12. And then our other answer is going to be x equals 8. So we're talking about area, length, and width. So we want to look at our answers and see if it makes sense. So this x equals negative 12 is not going to work out. I'm going to put an x through it because you can't have a negative length or width of inches. So that means that x equals 8 is going to be our answer, and we're going to plug it back in. So that's going to give us our width. So we'll say the width is 8 inches. I'm going to abbreviate with IN. And the length is, and then to find that, what we're going to do is we're going to plug our 8 back in here and take 8 plus 4 to get 12 inches. So we're taking our area, length times width, setting that up, and then solving with our factoring and zero product property. Okay, let's look at number 2. So the shorter side of a rectangle is 3 less than the longer side. The area is 54 square meters. Find the length and width. excuse me. So again, same idea. We have length and width. Remember, the shorter side is your width and the longer side is your length. So the shorter side is 3 less than the longer side. So we don't know what the longer side is. So we're going to start there with x. And then the width, the shorter side, is going to be that, whatever the length is, x minus 3. So we're going to put this together. Length times width equals our area, which is 54. We'll distribute inside the parentheses. And then we have to bring that 54 over so that this whole part over here equals 0. And now we can take this part and do our rectangle and our diamond. So with the rectangle and diamond, we'll have x squared, top left, negative 54, bottom right. Multiply them together to get negative 54x squared. And then the middle term, negative 3x, goes on the bottom. So we need two numbers that multiply to give you negative 54, but add to give you negative 3. And that's going to be negative 9x and positive 6x. We're going to plug those in. And then we have our parentheses, x minus 9 and x plus 6 equals 0. So then to solve, we'll get x equals 9 and x equals negative 6. Well, again, we're talking about length and width. So the x equals negative 6 is not going to work out, which leaves us with x equal to 9. And x, we know, is our length. So we'll have the length is 9 meters. Just going to do m. And the width is, so if we plug 9 back in here, 9 minus 3 is 6 meters. Okay, so in class, we set up the third one together, but then I had everybody try the rest of 3 and 4 on their own. So I will set up this problem with you as well. So the length of a rectangle is 4 feet longer than the width. The area is 21 square feet. So again, looking for length and width. So the length of a rectangle is 4 feet longer than the width. So the width we don't know. But we know the rectangle, the length is 4 feet longer than the width. So we're going to do x plus 4. So we're going to take our x and our x plus 4, and we're going to multiply them together and set them equal to the area, which is 21. So we're going to distribute inside the parentheses. We're going to subtract 21 over. So we have x squared plus 4x minus 21 now equals 0. And from here, you're going to do your rectangle and your diamond. So I'm going to have you give that a try. And if you have any questions, please contact me. But again, this is what we did in class on Monday, December 14th.